Now, my next guest is a linchpin of Racing TV's brand new service, Raceday RTV, which you can see all across Racing TV's social channels and has been an excellent and welcome addition as a second screen experience. He is Frankie Foster, and this is what he's been up to.
Welcome to Cheltenham, the home of jumps racing and where my love for racing began. How much are one of these then?
That's 20 quid.
£20, he says. Cash card, but no IOUs, right?
No IOUs, no.
Is that sale?
Yeah, walk cap, yeah.
This is what Cheltenham is all about. If you have a look around, the atmosphere here is incredible. What is it that's brought you here today?
It's just a day out, the girls' day out sort of thing.
He's led the whole way. I think I might just be a flat racing fan.
I'm really pleased to hear it. Slowly but surely you're getting into it.
Hey, nice. The party's going. How are we feeling now?
Amazing, mate. What an atmosphere.
What's your favourite thing about coming to Cheltenham?
Just the excitement of it all.
I can see it in your face.
Yeah.
What a terrible life he leads in his role as the roving reporter for RTV Raceday. Frankie Foster, good to see you.
Thank you very much.
It looks like you're having fun. I guess that's the whole point of it.
It is, yeah. I mean, there were some dodgy dance moves there at the end, but besides that, it's been a lot of fun so far. And for me, I've been to so many new race courses. And this was the thing I was saying before, is that as a racing fan, now showcasing the race day to people at home and on social media, a lot of this is also a new experience for myself, which makes it even more exciting.
But also showcasing the racing fan and who the racing fan is. And as we saw in that clip there, could be anybody.
Yeah, of course. And we've met all sorts of different people all up and down the country. And it is, we're trying to, as you said, showcase the day out and, you know, get people that haven't been racing before into racing. And if we can get that across on social media, I kind of describe it as, you know, you're a racing fan, I am, everyone watching this channel probably is as well. And we've all got friends that maybe haven't been racing, and I bang on to all of them all the time. You've got to come racing. I'm always the one that's going to organise a day at the races. And it's kind of like doing that now to social media. So there's people on social media that haven't been racing, and I'm now that mate showing them what racing is all about and trying to get them into the sport. And also, as well as that, what I'm finding out as I've done it is, as I said, I was born in Cheltenham. Cheltenham was kind of where I found my love for racing. But I'm now exploring more than just a day out and being a punter. I'm now talking to trainers and jockeys and going behind the scenes and finding out more about the stable stuff. So I'm also taking people that probably like myself who are a racing fan a bit deeper into the sport, which I think is making me fall in love with the sport even more as well.
Have you been surprised by the access that you've had?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. It's been brilliant. Nicky said, didn't he, before I was watching, he said, if you can call it a job. And it's like that for me. Every Saturday I go, and I'm behind the scenes, I'm chatting to trainers, jockeys. It's a day out for me as well as a job, so I'm loving every second of it.
It's quite an interesting team you guys have put together as well. Now, I cannot mention Raceday RTV without mentioning Terry Roots,
An honourable
the irrepressible Terry Roots, who puts all this together.
Yeah, no, it's brilliant, and it's nice. You know, we've got a small team of us. We head up, obviously, to various race courses each week, and we just get stuck in. You know, as you said, we're getting behind-the-scenes access to racing content, but also we are getting in the main stands, we're chatting to racegoers, and that's been really fun and really good just to speak to people that maybe it's their first time racing, maybe they've come for a birthday or a day out, and getting them more involved with the sport as well. And I think it's been good for them to come to a race day and maybe be interviewed, or for me to talk to them a bit about why they're there from, you know, and there I'm someone who knows a bit more about racing, and I can then chat to them and bring them into the sport. So it's been really good, and everyone's been so friendly. That's a massive thing. I haven't had one bad day, bad word, bad interview with anyone, which is nice for someone like me. Like yesterday, I interviewed Henry de Bromhead, and as a racing fan, that's massive for me. And everyone, including himself, has been lovely.
Should we have a look at it?
Oh, right on cue.
I think we've got it.
I'm here with Henry de Bromhead, and that was an absolute joy to watch. Applutard, brilliant race there.
Yeah, delighted with him. He jumped really well. Rachel was brilliant on him, and he seemed to do it really nicely, yeah.
It was an exciting race to watch, and your first time winning this race here at Haydock, how did that feel for yourself?
Oh, incredible. You know, it's brilliant. Like, it's an iconic race, and feel very lucky to be able to come over and have a go and win
brilliant.
it.
Awesome horses like this. My favourite thing is watching a horse like this win races throughout the year on the run up to Cheltenham.
talk us through the plan for this horse going towards Cheltenham.
We'll be aiming, I'd say, for the Savills Chase at Leopardstown at Christmas, which he won last year, and then I'd imagine it'll be straight to Cheltenham,
All
hopefully.
roads to the Gold Cup.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Brilliant.
I'd say so.
We look forward to seeing that, and congratulations.
Thank
once
you
again.
very
Best of
much.
luck for the rest of the
Thanks a
season.
million.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
And there you are, just before he got a selfie, Henry de Bromhead talking to Frankie. Yes, and that's, I suppose, you're sort of pitching what you're trying to get out of him for a slightly different audience to how all the press guys after the race would be talking to him. And he's kind of, have you found the professionals relax and interact slightly differently with you?
Yeah, that's what's been really nice. And as the more we've done this, and I'm bumping into the same trainers and jockeys week after week, it's more of a, I'm chatting to them as a friend, and I'm asking maybe slightly different questions. It's not quite as hard racing content, and you get a bit of the character from them.
I mean, in fairness, Sheen Murphy, you saw at the time, he's a captive audience, isn't he?
Yes,
You're never going to have too much of a... So Michael Stout could be your next challenge.
Yeah, well, that would be a challenge. I mean, the man that's been great so far is Fergal. He loves the race day camera. He sees the orange mic and he comes over and chats. But no, it's. And it's, do you know what's great for me? I can ask things that I'm curious about as well. And I think, and I hope why it works is because I will have similar questions to people like myself. I'm not a racing expert, but I am a racing fan and I have followed it for years. So I still have gaps in my knowledge and things that I want to find out, and I can now do that for other people as well.
I mean, and you are the straight man in this whole piece, because Amy Christophers is most definitely not. From found recent fame again on Married at First Sight.
Yeah.
I mean, she is a great character.
She is a character. She's, as I said, myself, more of a racing fan. She's someone that's completely new to racing. Although she was a bookie, or worked in a bookmakers at Cheltenham. That was her first introduction to racing. But no, she's great. Everyone's been great. It's been a lot of fun so far.
Okay, so I have to ask, what was it like being in Love Island?
It was a long time ago now. It was warmer than Haydock, that's for sure.
And probably for you, from what I've read, mercifully brief.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. Quick holiday, top up the tan, and then back home. It was.
I mean, could you have had any indication of how sort of impactful it would be, just for a kind of couple of weeks?
Do you know what?
You're out.
It sounds naive, and I think it sounds naive saying this now because the show's so big now. The year I went on was probably the one when it kind of skyrocketed.
Were you pre or post Chris Hughes?
Year after Chris.
You were post Chris Hughes, weren't you?
Chris, the other. Me and Chris were chatting. It's funny. Everybody says, here's Chris Hughes or here's Frankie Foster from Love Island. And it's like, we're not from Love Island, but we did go on Love Island. It's like we were reborn out of Love Island.
I suppose it's one of those things you just got to go,
yeah, no,
the upside of this is probably better than the downside, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. But no, it sounds naive. I genuinely went in there on a bit of a what if and a why not. They asked me, and I think that's the only reason they put me in there. I didn't do a whole lot in there, but I think they were probably fascinated by the fact that I wasn't really that bothered. But it's given me a platform to work from, which is brilliant. And I think maybe some people in the past have questioned, why have we got Love Islanders in racing? And you've got Chris, you've got myself, I've had a few others do some work in racing. But it's not that we have gone onto a TV show and come off it and decided that this would be a good angle for me. It's that before we loved our racing, and then now I can just broadcast it to a wider audience. So I still talked about racing all the time, just nobody knew who I was. And now it gives me a platform to do that. And I'm really thankful that people have backed me to do that.
And also now there are reality TV alumni and scripted reality TV alumni everywhere. So because there's a lot of programs in this genre, and so if you have a sort of natural affinity for performing, being on TV, being in that environment, it's not actually the quantum leap that everybody thinks it is.
Yeah, for sure, exactly. You get comfortable speaking on camera. I do loads on social media anyway, so when somebody says, I want you to go to the races and do some social media, it's what I enjoyed and do myself anyway.
And I was about to say, you've got to expose yourself on this sort of programme. Don't because you actually literally in the Love Island you have, but
slightly different.
But sort of
different dress code.
You do have to give quite a lot of yourself, don't you? That there's not really a fourth wall here.
Yeah, for sure. But it works best that way, and that's, as you mentioned, maybe some people relaxing slightly when I'm chatting to them, is because I am genuinely there to chat to people. It's the classic line in Love Island, can I take you for a chat? That's basically what I'm doing with jockeys and trainers, is bringing them for a chat. But yeah, no, you do. But I know, as I said, every time I do one of these race days, I'm as excited as, you know, race fans that are there.
And are you comfortable giving that much of yourself all the time? And I know to an extent anybody who is in this world has to now more than they used to have to. But given the extent to which you have to top up your Instagram, put your stories out there all the time, you can almost never put your phone down. Frankie Dettori earlier this week said the mobile phone was the worst thing that was ever invented. Without it, where would we be?
Exactly. I think provided you're doing what you enjoy, then it's fine. If I had to, as you said, put myself out there as somebody that I wasn't every day, it'd be tiring. But my rule is I just be myself, and if people like it, brilliant. If they don't, then, you know, not everyone's going to love you. If I was to turn up every day and do interviews and, you know, social media as an act and trying to be a perfect human, it wouldn't work. It'd be knackering. But if I just go to racing and enjoy myself and do my thing, then it's enjoyable. And
do you think, I mean, could you be totally immersed in racing? Could it be everything in your life?
It could be. You know, the more I'm doing, the more I'm enjoying it. This little project started, I would say, as a bit of fun for me, and I was like, brilliant. I love my racing. Somebody's asked me to go and do a day's work, but the more I do it, and the more people I meet, and as I said, the more I find out about racing and get behind the scenes, the more I want to do of it.
So, what little plans has Terry, the evil genius, got up his sleeve?
We don't know. That's one thing that Terry's very, I don't know whether I should say good or bad at, but he keeps me just behind closed doors until I need to know what I'm doing, and then he sets me free. But no, Terry's great. I'm sure he'll love to hear it. We have good fun, and we turn up with a plan for the day, but also the plan is to see what's going on the day, because you can never quite tell who's there and what's going to happen. And that's the beauty of racing. We had some highs and lows yesterday at Haydock with some things didn't quite go the way we planned in the day, and then we finished the day following the owners of Strictly a Dancer with a hat-trick winner in the last, and that put a massive high on things. So we go and we have a plan, but we also just go with what the racing does.
Well, best of luck next week. I'm guessing you're at Newbury
I am, yes. I am the ambassador for the Gentleman's Day on the Friday. So I'll be there on Friday, and I'll be there on the Saturday. I'm not actually with Raceday, but I will be there, so I'll make sure I say
because
hello.
you're working for Newbury next weekend?
Not on the Saturday. Terry's just dropped me, clearly. Oh. He's giving me the week off.
Frankie, thanks so much for chatting to us. Frankie Foster, who can wield a selfie stick with the deft touch of Andre Previn. Frankie, thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
We will be right back after this with Talking Points. Subscribe to Racing TV to be notified when more Luck on Sunday videos are appearing online. And don't forget to join me for the show every Sunday morning from 9 o'clock with the best guests.